Bayanta bitches, Varumini. Period. He told me. He told me. Did you know Utando Tabet is engaged? And she's engaged to Robert Marawa. And and I am shocked. I keep gagging because in my head I'm thinking, what do all these bitches see Robert Marawa? Because we all know Robert Marawa ain't got no coin. He ain't never had money. He's been on the TV and the super sports for centuries, but he ain't got no money. He has the legacy of being Robert Marawa from the sports and whatsoever, but he ain't got cash. He ain't got money that the bitches are ready to spend. And I'm just wondering about Pale, Tusi, and all them other bitches. What the fuck do they see with Robert Marawa? But you know who has money, bitch? Is that ex-Agotando Tabete Jaja Abelo, the owner of both. That's where her money is coming from. You know, Utando Tabete has the tabutis. She's selling them underwear and bras and all of that shit. The money that sponsored or that built that whole business comes from Jaja Abelo. You get what I'm saying? And I don't understand why didn't you just stay with Jaji and forgot about all of this broke ass man. Ulunga for no reason. Because he's a struggling actor and he's a very limited acting yake, very limited, and I keep my frustrations waki I keep Gutando Tabete, and Tando Tabete left this money Ujaji Abalo, because Ujaji, you know, has all of them illegal money, bitch. And the money from the club. Oh, girl. But in anyway, congratulations to Utando Tabet and Robert Marawa. But me and my friends already know that it's not going to last. So I don't even think they're going to get married, because Utando Tabet just hops from one relationship to the other. But, you know, she can enjoy it while it lasts, because there's no wedding happening here. In any case, Chumi, I didn't even introduce my ass. I just started talking. I'm Musa Khawula. My friends call me Wendy Williams Slide. And welcome to Pop Culture Emergency, bitch. Hey, Chumi. Na indaba yaka Coco, uyamazi uCoco Ntshangasine. uCoco, let me give you a bit of a background, right? This is a new story that I want us to follow. So let me just give you a bit of background. So uCoco Ntshangase is a stepdaughter saka Nozipho Ntshangase. Nozipho Ntshangase is the one that was crashing out because husband yake wants to take a second wife, of which the husband ended up taking the second wife in any case, and then Unozipho Ntshangase signed out of the marriage. So that broke the relationship between Unozipho and Coco. Then the relationship broke down. Coco ended up choosing the side of the new wife. And uCoco obviously goes to the same church, Yakashembe. I think they're gonna marry her ass real soon in any case. So fine. So now, before all of these things happened, Nozipho wanted to protect uCoco from the wrath. They must lie and figure out a plan to lie and say uCoco is still a virgin. Meanwhile, uCoco is not a virgin. Hence, we seen uCoco, I think last year at the Zulu Red Dance, even this year I think she went again. But fact is, uCoco ungenela piano ngomgunyati, because a lot of money was paid. I learned that over 10,000 rand was paid by Unozipho. That would have been last year's situation. She paid over 10,000 rand because ulo magaya elo at the Zulu Red Dance. uCoco was no longer a virgin, because virginity yake beyibrekwe umfana wakagcaba uNelo Gcaba, and uNelo Gcaba is much older than uCoco. uCoco is a high scholar. Unelo Gcaba is like 33. So there's a huge age gap over there, of which Unelo, I seen with my own eyes. Unelo today was live, and Josh was live actually, and then, you know, whatever is going on the live end, I mean, I'm waiting. I'm like, bitch, I wanna talk. I wanna talk to Nelo. I'm not here to fucking bullshit and play games, you know. And Unelo was inside the room, in one of the other rooms, because the guys are currently in Cape Town, and Unelo was busy fucking. Then we heard sounds in the background that Unelo was fucking another bitch. Can you believe it? And this is the same guy that broke virginity of Coco, and Coco now is walking without no virginity and lying that she's a virgin. But obviously this is a story that we're following. I want to see where it's gonna go, and yeah. Then there's another story. Chomi, there is a storm brewing at the Malope house. This is an introduction of a story again that you and I are going to be following. I don't know if you know Ulebo Malope. Give you a bit of background again. Yabo, stay with me. Ulebo Malope is the international model that's doing so well for he. We're seeing him at the Paris Fashion Week and all of them Fashion Week, working for Makosa at Paris Fashion Week, working for Mugler and all of them fancy whatever brands, right? Ulebo Malope is brother baga Denetric Malope. So they amashangana wase Limpopo and they, you know, and they're doing very well in the walking industry, in the in the modeling industry. So they like internationally acclaimed and whatsoever. So Ulebo is the younger brother. Ulebo is 20 and well, I used to follow his relationship with Andy Meki. Andy Meki is 21 actually. So they started dating around 2023 and I was like, you know, I was following their relationship on the low key. Like, okay, I want to see what's going to happen. So fast forward, Andy Meki falls pregnant in 2024, December. So umntwana wabo is a month old now. She gave birth last month. But here's what happened. So when Andy Meki was pregnant, Ulebo denied a paternity yomntwana. They was like, nope, this is not my child. Andy Meki is like, how kanjani manje, bro? How can you say this is not your child? So they went through all of that, and then Ulebo came to his senses, and then you'd see that there's a couple of maternity photo shoots that they would have done and whatsoever. But as soon as the child was born, Ulebo checked out again. Obviously, at the moment, he's working in Paris for Paris Fashion Week and whatever, so he's busy with work. But Andy Meki is left stranded. Ulebo is not supporting the child. Ulebo instead has moved on. He moved on while Andy Meki was pregnant and started dating this other lady, Utando Shabang. Utando Shabang is much older than Ulebo Malope. Ulebo, I told you that he's 20. Utando Shabang is 29, and Utando has a son, an 8-year-old son, right? So Ulebo now is on TikTok with Tando Shabangu. They playing, Ulebo obviously is playing stepdad, he's playing like the father figure and whatnot, and Omegi is left by herself to raise this Shangan child. Bitch, and we also learned Uguti Ulebo Malope is on drugs. And in my head, bitch, I was like, how come? Because obviously we've seen and we've watched enough documentaries about models and whatsoever and the type of drugs and all kinds of drugs that they are in. So in my head, this didn't come as a shock when I learned that Ulebo Malope takes crystal meth, and okay, we wouldn't count weed, but thing is, for me, he looks like a weed tree. When you look at his lips, he looks like weed, he smells like weed. And in my head, I'm like, the people that book him, the agents, don't they see that this boy like over smokes weed? Like, I think he just needs to clean up that, because when the first time I seen him when he first came in the market, I was like, oh bitch, you need to slow down on the weed. And clearly he ain't slowed down. Instead, the model friends from all over the world, from Japan, they introduced him to heavy drugs. Now he's a meth addict and he's an absent father. So all of his modeling money and so goes to buy drugs and to maintain his relationship with with Tando Shabang, this old ass Tando Shabang. But as I said, this is a developing story, and yeah, we're gonna be following the story. Chomi, you know I love you. Bye.